There is nothing quite as beautiful in the world of motoring as a production line full of Aston Martins. But this is no ordinary Aston Martin, it's also no ordinary production line. This is the new Aston Martin Rapide, arguably the most beautiful four-door saloon in the world. And this is the first production line ever outside of the UK. These Aston Martins are being built in Graz in Austria. I'm now being given my first job in helping with the Aston Martin, and obviously, as it's a four-door car with a seat in the back for the first time, they've given me the very important job of fitting this section of the seat in. If I say so myself, that's a rather professional job. But the good news is, should anyone worry, they are now going to double check this to make sure I've got it just right. I'm now about to move the heart of the Aston Martin into place, this magnificent 6-litre V12. I've never actually towed 6 litres of V12 before, so just watch this if you want to be impressed. Here we go. I tell you what, I'm going faster than the car is. I'm proud to say that having spent a morning with my new colleagues at Graz, that we're now coming to the final touch. We're about to place the final inspection badge on the top of the Rapide engine cover, and I'm delighted to say it says inspected by Ken Gibson. So we'll just put this in place now, and the job will be completed. So, having spent an entire day helping to build the very first Aston Martin Rapide, it seems only right that I get to enjoy it from the passenger seat. Sounds very much like a rather nice Aston Martin. Well, here we are. First drive in the back of, at least, the new Rapide. First impressions? It's surprisingly roomy in here. Intimate, cosy, but surprisingly roomy. Although I'm pretty comfortable, as you can see, it has to be said that if somebody was 6 foot plus an adult, I don't think you'd want to do a long tour across Europe in the back of the Rapide. But in fairness, that's not what it's aimed at. It's very much aimed at a family car. Young kids would absolutely love it. You would be the coolest dad in town if you had this car. But as cozy and happy as I am sitting in the back, there is actually only one seat I really want to sit in this car, and that's the one in front of me. Because despite the fact that this is a 4-seat Aston, the other great news is that it is very much an Aston Martin, which means it's a car that was meant to be driven. The reason I want to get behind the wheel is obvious. Under the bonnet of this beautiful machine is a 6-litre V12 engine that will whisk me from 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds, and should I get on a road open enough and legal enough, it'll take me all the way to 188 miles an hour, which is pretty close to supercar performance from a 4-seat car. The Rapide is literally going to open up a whole new era for Aston Martin. This is going to be the start of the 4-seat Aston era. And from my initial reaction sitting in the back of here, I think it's going to be a very successful era. The Rapide has also shown how efficient and quick Aston Martin can develop and create a new model. This has gone from drawing board to production in 2 years, and it's going to be a key model to them. They're looking to make 2,000 of these a year, and with a price tag around about £150,000, that makes it a very important car. This is a great illustration of how only Aston can do a 4-door sports car that looks this good.